Hola amigos, bien o no, y saludos desde Medellín. Hoy el tema es comparar y contrastar. Compare and contrast. Ese es el tema de hoy. Entonces, well, good evening and welcome to Medellín. Another splendid evening here, but we have some rain. There's a storm on the way. So, the theme of the day, compare and contrast. So today I was shopping for a new blender, of all things, and this required a bit of comparing and contrasting, looking at different options, different makes, models, how much they were, capacities, things like that. Comparing and contrasting. How does that help us with our language? Well, in many ways we can look at options we have in terms of ways we can use language in particular situations, what range of words or phrases are generally available to us. We can look at it in the sense of previous experience. We can compare and therefore contrast. If we've had repeating situations, what went well before, what did not go so well, and therefore what could we perhaps improve. But all the time it's a way to think about how we balance like benefits or plus and negative, positives and negatives with the different ways we use the language in all sorts of situations. Are we saying enough? Are we saying too much? Should we use a different type of vocabulary? Could we use a different type of phrase? Could we change the tone of voice we use, perhaps even? Things like that to think about. So this is another way of looking at how we can reflect on how practical, or at least how successful our use of language is in particular situations, so we can compare and contrast it with either our own experience. We could at some extension look at how other people manage this. So again, we can look at live examples from, let's say, native speakers. How do they do it? I mean, how do they communicate successfully in this situation? Because we can then take examples from that. We can compare that with what we're doing. We can contrast the outcome they get compared to what we do, see which works better. So this is another way to think about that. Compare and contrast different things. Look at the outcomes other people get. Think about it in the sense of, is that kind of outcome you want? Could you do it better? What are they doing well? What are they not doing so well? Because bear in mind, lots of people, even native speakers, in different situations, they're improvising. Very few of them are really thinking hard about, I need to say this particularly, that will get me the better outcome. Often they're just improvising. So if you think carefully about what you need to say and think carefully about the outcome you need in that situation, you have as good a chance as them of getting the correct outcome or the outcome you would like, providing we look carefully, compare how other people have done it, contrast the outcome, think about, did that work for them? Is that the outcome I want? How can I do that better? That's the idea for the day. So, déjame saber, como siempre, en los comentarios. But for now, from Medellín, before the rain arrives, also Cheerio.